Okay, welcome back. This tutorial is going to be finding Airbnb properties that are listed for sale. This is going to be using Airdeed, our platform, and we make it pretty easy. We've created some algorithms. These algorithms help identify properties. It's not 100%, but it is very good at doing what it's supposed to. So you'll come to income producing properties and Airbnb properties. Now, what you'll see here is it pulls up a nationwide map of properties that our algorithms have identified as Airbnbs. If you're just a non-member, you won't have these estimates. We pull short-term and long-term estimates on all properties that come into the system, which is currently, I want to say, about 800,000. So we do pull a lot of data on that. So you can go through here and you can find and pull them up. And what you'll get here is normally you'll get a short and long-term estimate here. But this property was put into the system by the realtor as not a single family resident. So the estimates weren't pulled. I'll show you guys another one that does have them pulled. But let's see. Oh, licensed short-term rental with future bookings. Okay. And if you're here and say you have one with an estimate, and say the estimate is 15% gross, and you want to verify. Well, we pull data from multiple different sources because if you use just one source, you're going to have some issues. But if you use multiple sources, you will have a better chance of succeeding. So once you come to the actual property, this is for premium members only. Premium members get these short-term rental stats and long-term rental stats maps that I'll show you guys in a second. Light members get the estimates, short and long-term, and they can sort by those, as well as the gross revenues if the gross revenues are available. But we'll come back to this property and I will show you the premium member short-term rental stats map. So what you'll do is all you gotta do is come down here and click the short-term rental stats. And as you can see, we're querying this address now. Okay, so we got a query result back here and we only got a couple, but that's okay because like I said, we use multiple sources so we can get more than just this. But this is querying this beds and bath, and that could be why we're getting a lower number, is because there's only 5, because it's a 5-bedroom. But as you can see, we have this one right here that's showing a monthly income of 7,000, 8,000, and 8,000. And then you can go farther down. We got additional stats for 95% income, 90% income, 80 average, and then the lower tiers. And as you can see, the top 95, so the top 5% of all properties, so the best of the best, are averaging about $10,000 a month. Okay, so that's a good way to double check. But guess what? Premium members, you guys got even more. You can hit this export all comps. And what that's going to do is export an Excel sheet. I will pull the Excel sheet up here. And there you go. So now this is what the Excel sheet is going to pull up. As you can see, there's a ton of information here. And what this does is this pulls all the Airbnb data, not just for the 1-bedroom or the 5 bedrooms that you were looking for, but for all the bedrooms. So you'll come up here, whatever Excel sheet you're working with, and whether it's this or whether you put it in Google Docs, doesn't really matter. But we had a 5-bedroom, so we're gonna limit it to 4, 5, and 6. I like to start this way as 4, 5, and 6, and then you can kind of, if you have a ton of the exact number of what your target property is, then you can limit it to just that. But if not, then this is the way to go. After this, you're going to do, this is the best way to do it. You want to multiply the number of nights it was booked by the average nightly rate to get an estimate. and then get the estimates for all those. You can turn it into a money amount if you want, or you can just keep it. Let's see, default. There we go. That's what I like to do. And now you have those incomes that these properties are receiving in the area. And that's how you'll then take those things and you'll do a comparative analysis and decide whether the property is right for you. This is essentially a full underwriting process of an Airbnb that you can do. You have the Airbnb links here that allow you to go to the Airbnb, analyze, look at it, and be like, okay, is this a competitor or comparable? Is it not? A condo is probably not going to be a competitor for a house. So you can uncheck those and get rid of those. Townhouses, I would keep as competitors or as comparables to houses, and then just go to them and look at them, because some homes are going to be comparable to houses and some won't. But that's essentially how you can find Airbnb properties that are active. Say you want to find Airbnb property that's not active but has potential. So let's do that, and let's go to let's see, where should we go? Let's go to the outer. No, let's go. Yeah, let's go Pigeon Forge. It's just an easy one to do, right? So we'll come here and let's find a Pigeon or Sev. Let's do. Okay, let's do this. So I'm just gonna go here so I get all properties. And now I have here, I can clear if I want properties outside, so like have Pigeon too, but it's not a big deal just for this exact case study that I'm doing here, or tutorial. Okay, so here's one. Let's look at this property. It is a nice property. However, you have to know the area and what the data is pulling for this area, right? So most people want either in this area, they either want seclusion or they want a view. A ton of properties here have stunning views. I'm going to ignore that, and I'm going to say this is, an average 3-bedroom, 2-bath view in this city for an Airbnb. And then, so again, you got the estimate there. Again, this is one estimate. This is pulled from one source, and we can have data. If you have a premium membership, you can get data from more or alternative sources, as we say, so that you can get multiple different estimates or actual revenues based on properties nearby. Okay, so here we go. Like I said, like we kind of showed in the previous one, you can zoom in here and you can do this one. We don't have it currently, but we will be adding where this is clickable so that you can go to the actual Airbnb and you can actually get better looks at what the property offers, like a view and stuff like that. And like I said, you can do the same thing as export comps and all that. And then we have our 95, 90, and 80%. If you are not an experienced person or willing to invest the right way, you're never going to be at the 95%. I would say, even if you're not dedicated to making sure the furnishings and the decor are good, for I would say above average furnishings and decor, you're going to be in the average to 80 percentile range. If you have themes, if you have stunning locations, stunning views, stuff like that, that's when you're going to start getting up into these 90, 95 percentile. So if you want to be in the top 90 to 95 percentile, you got to have great service. You have to have great location, whether that's a view, whether it's a downtown location, and that's going to vary depending on what city you're in. Obviously here in the Smoky Mountains, people love views. So the top 95% properties are going to be those ones that have just stunning views. And then let's see. You could of course do the export comps if you have that premium membership. But that's another way that you can go ahead and find properties in a specific area. Like I said, if you are a light member, you can do the STRs high to low and zoom in. The best way to do it is not to be zoomed into like the full nation, because you're going to get crazy estimates all over the place, because a lot of places the estimates aren't great. So you're going to want to zoom in to like where you're looking, come here, and then you're going to want to identify it. You're even when you zoom in, you're going to have some off. And why? Because the estimates being pulled are for the area, right? Or the zip code. So if the house, like this house has nothing to do with what an Airbnb in in Smoky Mountain should be, right? But the way all estimates are run is that they're all pulled based off of bedrooms, bathrooms, and zip code. So you can have a high estimate while also never being able to get anywhere close to it, because it's not the type of property that people book for that area. So always remember, even though estimates could be high for certain properties, you want to find the properties that people are booking in the area. Those are, for this area, those are cabins, So that's a great way to help you identify what's going to be a good property and what's not going to be a good property for the area. Okay, if you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out to us. We're always here for support for our members. Even if you guys need to jump on a Zoom, we can schedule an appointment and we can go over how to best use the software for what you are looking for. Okay, have a good one, and I will see you guys later.